For tech task number 10, I decided to talk about 21st century learning and what it means to me as a future teacher, because obviously the 21st century is definitely changing the face of education. One of the first things I want to talk about is the standards in the States for teachers. So one of them is being able to model digital age work and learning. So teachers in the States are going to have to be able to use all these tools, and not only use them but be able to teach them. And also it says promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. Basically, kids are already out on the internet, they're already using Facebook and MySpace, and as a teacher and an educator, we have to find ways to help them understand that they need to be safe when they're on there, they need to be respectful. And these are for the States, but as Alec mentioned, it's probably going to be moving to Canada fairly soon. So if I can work on it now, then maybe I'll kind of be ahead of the game when it does move here. One of the next things that I want to mention is the teacher cloud, and I actually got this from George Croce's blog. He mentioned it in a post, but the thing that really stood out to me is what the current role of the teacher is, and it says the current role of the teacher in our education system was fashioned at a time when we needed the adults in the rooms to be experts at sifting through, synthesizing, and conveying information about their discipline to their students, because that information wasn't otherwise easily found or accessed. But that is just not the case any longer, which is totally true. The internet, you just Google something and you can find out information, and children know a lot more about technology than I even do. And basically, as a teacher, I have to find out about that stuff because that's what the students are going to be using anyway. Something that I really liked on George Croce's blog, it's actually one of the slides he showed us, is don't teach the way you were taught, teach the way the students learn. So if students are using technology, then I need to find a way to make it relevant to them, let them research online, and even if it's something that they enjoy, they want to learn about, they have to learn about it. It's their passion, and students aren't going to care if it's not something they want to learn about. The next thing I have here is a little bit of a TED Talk by Ken Robinson. I'll just play a little bit of this for you.
I have a big interest in education, and I think we all do. We have a huge vested interest in it, partly because it's education that's meant to take us into this future that we can't grasp. If you think of it, children starting school this year will be retiring in 2065. Nobody has a clue, despite all the expertise that's been on parade for the past 4 days, what the world will look like in 5 years' time. And yet we're meant to be educating them for it. So the unpredictability, I think, is extraordinary. And the third part of this is that we've all agreed, nonetheless, on the really extraordinary capacities that children have, their capacities for innovation. I mean, Serena last night was a marvel, wasn't she? Just seeing what she could do. And she's exceptional, but I think she's not, so to speak, exceptional in the whole of childhood. What you have there is a person of extraordinary dedication who found a talent. And my contention is all kids have tremendous talents, and we squander them pretty ruthlessly. So I want to talk about education, and I want to talk about creativity. My contention is that creativity now is as important in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status. Thank you.
So basically he's talking about students being creative and that schools squander them, and I totally believe that's true, because children are so creative now when it comes to technology, and yet it doesn't seem like schools are quick to move on to using technology. But since the face of education is changing, I want to learn and about these tools basically so that I can help my students learn.